Hello, this is Cuckoo. I'm at Buchla and Friends and stopping by Forum S booth, and I saw some really interesting stuff here. Some unreleased and some just announced stuff. Hello there.
Hey, I'm Dan. I'm from 4MS Company, and we have some new stuff here. We have the Catalyst Sequencer, Catalyst Controller, and also we'll get a little sneak peek of the Meta module at the end here.
The Meta module is what caught my eye, and let's save it for a little bit later. Let's start with the stuff on the left here.
So we have here the Catalyst Sequencer. This is driving this sequence. There's actually a bunch of channels going on here. So it's an 8-channel CV and gate sequencer. So each channel can be CV or gate. And here it's basically clock-based. Oh yeah, that's sweet. I'll turn that link. That's it's triggering some samples. Some of those samples are really long. And we have the ability to use it as a step sequencer, so just press play. It's running through steps. You can also use it as a phase-based sequencer, which is a completely different way to sequence. So here I can like scrub.
That's really sick. That's so fun.
Yeah, and you can scrub it with CV too, which is like an amazing way. And so be prepared for some noise. I'm gonna like, I can turn the drums down to make it a little more palatable. So then we're doing an arpeggiation. As I change the envelope amplitude, just 2 notes, or 3 or 4 more notes. Then I can like scrub through that with the slider while I'm scrubbing through it with the CV. And then go faster or slower by changing the envelope speed. Or like envelope shape changes, like now it's like forward, backwards, or like any kind of random thing. So you can just like completely go off the grid if you like, and then if you want to go back on the grid, you just turn the clock back on.
That's so much fun. That's such a great idea.
It's a different way to sequence. So, and it also includes the way you're probably normally used to, which is the step sequencing. So you can kind of go back and forth and mess around with that. Eight outputs let you do a ton of stuff. We're using some of them here. So it has these are samples. So the flip side of this module is actually 2 in 1. There's 2, there's the controller and the sequencer, and they're actually the same module. So you can,
oh nice, you just flip it.
Yeah, you can hold down some buttons and it flips over to the other mode, and if you really like the other mode, you can take the faceplate off and flip the faceplate if you like. Or if you don't want to, that's fine too. But you can, this is a macro controller. So if you're familiar with macro controllers, you run these 8 CV outputs to control different things in your system. So here, what do I have? So I'm only using 2 of these channels right now, but then you crossfade between. So this is scene 8 I have, and scene 1 is like this. I'm controlling like the root note, and I can crossfade between that. And then on this one, you can add more, so I could add like more scenes in here and crossfade between like 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can set like slew, so I can like make a, okay, we're not gonna wait that long, but I can flip it. Now it's gonna crossfade slowly, like an automation. You can record your CV motions, record the slider motion and CV and play that back, and you can clock sync that too. You can, so there's a lot of like performative ways to use this. I'm only using 2 of the outputs right now, but you say if you think we control 8 things and then crossfade all 8 of them. Other steps. You can set the slew amount for each channel and set quantization and glide and randomization, all kinds of things. So it's a super powerful cousin to the Catalyst sequencer. And like I said, they're the same module. So just a different way of thinking about if you're like stepping sequencing through, or if you're like kind of morphing and controlling and fading your way through different states.
Yeah. Cool. So this is with the flipped.
They'll be available in, you can buy them either way. You can buy the controller or the sequencer. And if you happen to like never read the manual and figure out that they're actually the same module, like, well, that's fine. So.
Yeah, nice, cool.
So we, one of the things in this patch being triggered is maybe.
Look at this, it's a little bit trippy. It's a little bit trippy what we're about to see.
Yeah. So this is still an early prototype. It's not officially announced, and I'm not going to say too many things about it. But this is called the Meta module. Right now it's making these djembe sounds, which is just a small portion of what it can do. There's actually 4 djembes running on this right now, but I'm we're hearing 1 being triggered by the sequencer. So what this is, it's a module. It's got knobs and jacks. You patch it to other things, just like a Eurorack module. But inside, you're actually able to change what its function is. So right now, I'm using it as a djembe. I could patch more gates in. This is a quad djembe. So physical analog modeling. So also, I could change the patch, and I could have this be an ensemble oscillator there. And now it's playing different notes. Well, I didn't actually patch a pitch in there, but these are my. Now it's an ensemble oscillator, right? So you can change what it does, but you still use it like you would a regular module. So, yeah.
And it's going to be open for external developers to make patches for it.
Yeah. What we're working on now is adding more ability for other people to put their modules onto this platform. And so that's our real focus right now. At Superbooth, we should have a big announcement about all the details, all the questions, everything about it that you want to know. So.
Very, very cool. So when I came up here, it looked like a modular in a modular, basically.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can make a patch of modules inside this module, and it can be as crazy and messy as you want, or you can just do a simple add just one module if you want to, or you patch them together. You map knobs. You add virtual knobs inside there to these physical knobs, and you can have multi-maps and things like that. You can has MIDI input, USB MIDI, so you can map CCs or map note keyboard to this. This is a 4-note polyphonic patch for ensemble oscillators. So if I plugged in CV gate, 4 CV gates there, I could play it like a 4-note keyboard. So
the little percentage I see there up in the corner, is that the CPU load?
Yeah.
How would you say it stacks up? How complex can you go?
You can get pretty complex, but certain things will just crash it. Like you can run any module on there, but if you want to put 8 of them, you might not. So yeah, you find out. It's really like if you think about like a small system, like a small patch. Think about like a small pod. The modules you might have in that, then that's about what you get from it. Yeah.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to Superbooth and when you are a little bit closer to announcing the whole thing.
Yeah, we're pretty excited about this one. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for the little peek.
Cool. Yeah, thanks.